President, it's Tuesday, and normally I come down here on Thursday. I think it's Tuesday. Yes, it's Tuesday. Normally I come down here to the Senate floor on Thursdays, and I do what's part of the favorite part of the week for me, and I do something, our series called the Alaskan of the Week. So we're going to talk about the Alaskan of the Week this week, which is a great opportunity for me to talk about somebody in the great state of Alaska who's done something good for their community, their town, their state, maybe their country, and get to brag a little bit about what I think makes my state the best state in the country. And it's the people, it's the community, it's people who are doing wonderful things and an inspiration. So today I want to transport you to a village called Anaktuvik Pass in Alaska's North Slope Borough. It's about 500 miles north of Anchorage, way up north, beyond the Arctic Circle, smack dab in the Brooks Range, surrounded by beautiful, rugged, majestic mountains. It's Alaska's real-life version of the mythical Shangri-La. Anaktuvik Pass is the place that Stanley Riley, an amazing young Alaskan, calls home. Now, Stanley made his village proud recently by bringing home a gold and 2 second-place finishes from his first World Eskimo Indian Olympics. Now, let me spend a minute or two talking about the World Eskimo Indian Olympics, another unique Alaskan institution. The Games began in 1961, and they test the skills and strength and ability and agility and endurance of Alaska natives who for millennia have needed to be able to survive in some of the harshest conditions in the world. The Games leave no part of the body untested. There's the seal hop, the four-man carry, the ear pull, that one's really popular, the high kicks, the muck-tuck eating contest, that's whale blubber, and they also reflect what is very unique about the great state of Alaska. Stanley won a gold for the head pull. It's another competition at these incredible World Eskimo Indian Olympics. Let me describe the head pull. You lie down on the ground facing your competitor. Both of you are up on your hands, and you share a strap looped around each other's neck. Whoever is able to use enough neck and shoulder strength to pull the other over wins. That's the head pull. He almost won the four-man carry, where you walk for as long as you can with 4 people clinging to all sides of you. That's the four-man carry. He spent all summer training for it, climbing up the mountains that surround his village and hauling game back down the mountains that he had shot. It's a good way to train in Alaska. But that honor went to Cito Evans from Fairbanks, Riley's best friend, a mountain of a Koyukon man, he called him. Riley has his sights on gold for next year's World Eskimo Indian Olympics. And it seems like when he wants something badly enough, he gets it. Particularly now, since he has found his calling. So what is his calling, you ask? His calling is to be a role model for his people, especially the young people. Mr. President, Stanley has overcome incredible odds to get to where he is now. That's the inspiration part I was talking about. He's had some rough times as a youngster, and he's overcome them, and is now an example for so many Alaskans in his community and beyond. As is the case for too many people, too many children across my state, and really, Mr. President, across the country, Stanley grew up in a single-parent household without a father around, and that took its toll. When he was 12, he left Anaktuvik Pass and got bounced around in the foster care system. He had almost 20 foster care parents, he said, until he emancipated at 16 years old. But then he started to succeed He was able to get his GED, and he had enough internal drive that along the way he had some good-paying jobs. But then again, setbacks, as happens in the life of our young people, whether in Alaska or across the country, when drugs and alcohol got in the way. Finally, about 4 years ago, he looked in the mirror and didn't like the person staring back at him. He was unhealthy, unfit, had gained all kinds of weight, over 400 pounds, and he lacked purpose. So he packed up, moved back to Anaktuvuk Pass, intent, he said, on changing his life for the better and on becoming a positive role model for his community, especially the youth in his community. And so he started to do this. And slowly his mind cleared, his soul brightened, and he began to get in shape. Now he spends his summers climbing the mountains around his village and hunting. He guesses he's climbed up about 1,000 miles this summer. The man's in shape. He's lost all kinds of weight, and he works as a tour guide and is an inspiration to so many members of his community, including his nephew Jacob, who is a talented basketball player and the light of Stanley's life. He said, quote, "When you're with your community, it's easier to keep yourself together. You don't want to let those people who you live with and are part of your community down." That's a great, great sentiment. Mr. President, Stanley is now a full-time student, and he's studying to be a Inupiat language and culture teacher. He wants the next generation to know where they came from and how strong they are and have pride in their culture and their heritage. Quote, "I want them to know that even though you've had a hard upbringing, you can do anything you set your mind to," he said. He's also an amazing chef, mixing the old and new in Alaska. For instance, one of his signature dishes is fettuccine Alfredo with muktuk, whale blubber. People should try that. I'm sure it's really good. I look forward to. His next goal is to compete in the Arctic Winter Games, something that he's been training for every day, and we certainly in Alaska are rooting for him. So Stanley, thank you for being an inspiration, especially among the young people, showing them that when you have hard times, you can get up, brush yourself off, set high goals and standards, and then achieve them. And thank you for being our Alaskan of the Week. I yield the floor.